What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? So today we're going to be wrapping up the NFL Week 14 2015 gameplays for all the games included. We're going to finish up with the Monday Night Football game. If you guys have missed any of the recaps for Week 14, from the Thursday night game to the Sunday night games, they're available here on YouTube and on Android and iTunes under the GmiasWorld podcast name. You could definitely download it for free and enjoy it on the go, whatever else you want to do with it. I'm not sure. But we're going to go ahead and get into it. We all know about these things that happened here, but let's go ahead and touch on this game right here. Monday Night Football, Monday, December 14, 2015. Giants at the Dolphins. All right, listen, we're going to just get through this really, really quickly. A lot of people, it's always people that are going to hate on whatever you do, blah, 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 that whole cliche crap, haters, all that stuff. But you really can't take anything away from OBJ. Odell Beckham Jr. has become a star in this league starting last year. The guy had monster games. The guy did whatever was needed for his Giant team to win. Obviously, this year he's doing it without Victor Cruz. Ruben Randle is a bum in my opinion. Like I said, it's my opinion. I like Dwayne Harris a lot more than him. But I'm going to just go into this and say this. The man is making catches that are very, very spectacular on a regular basis. The toe drag catch in the end zone is one of the other spectacular ones. Obviously, he ran one for like 80 yards. I don't know what was going on. But Eli Manning was on point. The Giants are dangerous simply because they can put up points. The reason that I go crazy on them is because they continuously come up short when you have expectations for them. And it's kind of like awkward because they have a lot of injuries as well. Of course, we know Meaty Claus, Jason Pierre-Paul, who only has like 3 fingers, and now Larry the Lobster from SpongeBob. That's a big issue. That's a big issue to go from having a full hand to 3 fingers, you know what I'm saying, and expecting to be able to do the same things. So a lot of things has obviously affected the Giants. If Victor Cruz would have played, I really believe right now that the Giants would be outright the leader of the NFC, possibly looking at a bye. We know that they have to play the Carolina Panthers. We know the Carolina Panthers are undefeated. I don't want to call that game right now, but I'm going to have to. I think that's their next week's schedule. We're going to check out the next week's schedule in a second. But, pretty much just looking at the game overall, Eli Manning completed over 80% of his passes. When Eli Manning is like an enigma. This guy can come out and just dot you up. He can just come out and just do whatever he wants on any given day, and then he'll come out like a bum and just start throwing picks. And that's always been the knock on Eli, and that's what's going to follow him through the rest of his career. Do I think Eli Manning is a Hall of Famer? The numbers speak for itself. The man has 2 Super Bowl rings. He beat on the Patriot teams twice that were were expected to beat them. So I do think that Eli Manning will be a Hall of Famer. It's just that he's so inconsistent with what he does that people are always upset to talk about him. Plus his face, he just looks ridiculous. It looks like he's always like smelling something that stinks, and it's like kind of weird. I don't really know how to describe it, but you can't knock success. And when this man is on point, he's on point. And that, of course, I'm going to bash the Giants. I'm a New Yorker. New Yorkers bash their teams all the time. It's just that at this point now, they make it a lot harder than it has to be. And we don't know what's going to happen. Can the Giants make it into the playoffs? Absolutely. And I want to say this. People say that the Seattle Seahawks are the scariest team to make the playoffs. No, they're not. It's the New York Giants. The New York Giants are capable of doing so many wild things. And then Rashad Jennings, he's actually, picking up blocks, running the ball hard and doing things. He's not even a real running back. Like this guy, I don't even consider him a guy that you can depend on. I'm pretty sure a lot of people don't have them ever in fantasy. And if they did, they were very pissed off with him. But, I believe that they're the scariest team that could go into the playoffs, the Giants. Because you don't know what you're going to get from OBJ. Ruben Randle's a bum, but Dwayne Harris has been stepping up, and there's a lot of other, elements around the team that may, just surprise you. And that's the fascination with the Giants. And it's like everybody wants to fire Tom Coughlin, and you guys know how I am. I'm very, very hard on coaches, but I just don't think that Tom Coughlin is the problem right now. Like, I understand you got to blame the coach, but it's just down the stretch. They haven't been able to make plays, and of course, it goes back to coaching. I understand that, but if you are going to fire him, just fire him if they don't make the playoffs, and just leave it at that. But I just really don't believe that a lot of the things that had to happen. I don't think it was Tom Coughlin. I just think that a lot of things were made. Like, I don't think Tom Coughlin, when they lost to, when they lost to Dallas, when they went for it on like 3rd down and Eli Manning didn't take the sack and threw the ball away and left enough time for Tony Romo to come back down and score. I don't think that that's Tom Coughlin. A lot of the losses that they took is just like on the field, you have a veteran, you expect them to make the right decision. And, you know, that's just my opinion. But, you know, they played very, very well last night. Kudos to all the Giant fans. There's going to always be OBJ haters, but I'm just happy for that young man that he goes out there, he plays. I just hope that he keeps himself out of trouble, negative spotlight in the media and stuff like that, and just continue to grind, make your money, man, and do what you got to do. That's what it's all about. But he had an outrageous monster game, man, and that toe drag catch, but this guy, man, and a lot of people are like, yeah, but everybody makes those catches. Why are you guys riding OBJ? Look, guys, when it's your time, it's your time. And when the spotlight is on, Monday Night Football, world, syndicated game, like a game is everywhere. You know what I'm saying? National game. And you go out there and you perform like that, you deserve credit, because there's a lot of receivers that would have dropped those balls. There's a lot of receivers that wouldn't make those plays. And that's how championships and champions are built. So you can't knock OBJ for doing what he's supposed to do. And that's pretty much what's happening right now. Everybody has an excuse. Everybody has something they want to say. It doesn't really matter at this point. Right now, it's OBJ's time, and he's doing what he has to do, and that's the bottom line. The Dolphins, Dan Campbell, bro, I thought at first that, you were the guy. You look kind of cock weasel, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you look like that guy. I don't know right now. I don't know if he's going to be back. I really just don't know if he's going to be back. I don't know what's going to come of him. I do hope that he gets a chance to be a coach for the beginning of the season to the end. Maybe get involved with free agency, do a couple things, but I don't know what the Dolphins are going to be able to do going forward unless they make some changes and start to fix a couple things. You spent a lot of money on Ndamukong Suh, but as we all know, those positions are very, very hard for always trying to get that impact. So it doesn't make any sense to spend that kind of money on a D tackle, in my opinion. You need good D tackles, you need good linemen, but you got to go Patriot way and try to get them for cheap. Like, you can't be spending half the goddamn salary cap on a defensive tackle. That's the first step. You need more offensive weapons for Tannehill. If Tannehill is your guy, you need some guys that you can throw the ball to. If Tannehill is not your guy, you need to get rid of him. You need to figure out a way to get out of his contract. Something has to happen, but I don't really know what's wrong with the Dolphins. Watching them play, they had some things where they can be exciting, but at the end of the day, I don't know where they're going to go as far as their team, their team stature is going. Do I think that Dan Campbell can be a good coach in this league? Absolutely. I think he can, lead that team. He has the fortitude. He looks like he's a decent guy with strength, and, he can speak, and he lets you know exactly what he's feeling and stuff like that. But I'm looking at Tannehill, and I'm not sold. And that's just my opinion. Tannehill is a guy that'll tell somebody in the practice squad that they're a poor bum and shit. So he already lacks a lot of confidence. He threw a lot of picks throughout the year. I don't know what to expect from him, so I can't really judge where they're going, with the team. But for Miami Dolphin fans, I would probably go and start jumping on the Jacksonville Jaguar bandwagon, because I believe that they will have a lot more to show sooner than the Dolphins, as far as Florida teams go. So that being said, man, it was a pretty good game for the Giants. The Dolphins, okay, whatever, but it was a pretty good game for the Giants. I know it was good for a lot of Giants fans to see their team come up big like that. OBJ steps up. Eli was unbelievable. I liked what he had to do, and in my opinion, if the Giants can find a way to make it to the playoffs, I think they're the most dangerous team in the NFC overall, because they can score whatever the F they want to score. They can, even without Victor Cruz, they can still score. So we have to wait and see. But again, that's the wrap up for the Week 14 NFL 2015 gameplays for the week. We're gonna go ahead and take a look at Week 15 and see what's going on with that. Okay, so the first, why is this game going on? What is this, a bum coach? Fucking, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I didn't mean to curse, guys, but when I see two bum coaches lining up, like the Bucks and the Rams, bro, Jeff Fisher and Lovie Smith, it's like, really, bro? Like, that's all you can give us, though? You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, all these things going on in the world, and you want to give us these two, the worst coaches in the league. Well, look, I'm gonna have to go with the lesser of two evils. I'm gonna have to go with Lovie Smith. He's a bad coach, but Jeff Fisher, in my opinion, is the worst coach. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks. Jets at Cowboys. I'm taking the Jets. The Cowboys are done. Panthers at Giants. For some reason, I believe the Giants are gonna win this game. But I'm going to go ahead and just, believe that the defense will lock up for the Panthers and that the Giants won't be able to do the things that they want to do. But I don't think that Josh Norman is going to be able to lock up OBJ. I really just don't. It's just the way that, OBJ is a more, he's a complex wide receiver to defend. Deceptive speed. He's slim, but he's strong. I don't know. We got to wait to see. But I think the Giants may pull this out, but I got to ride with the Panthers. Oh my God, Titans at the Patriots. This is gonna be like if you had to do a bid in San Quentin, bro. Yo, bro, this is straight anal rape right here. Patriots gonna take care of the Titans accordingly. Bills at Redskins. I gotta believe the Bills gonna win this game. Chiefs at Ravens. I'm gonna take the Chiefs. They're riding high without Jamal Charles, which I believe was the major problem for why they weren't winning. Texans at Colts. I'm gonna take the Texans. I don't believe in the Colts, bro. Falcons at the Jaguars. I'm taking the Jaguars. Bears at Vikings. I'm taking the Vikings. Packers at Raiders. This is an interesting game because Khalil Mack is coming off of a 5-sack game. He's playing like a monster. I think David Carr, Amari Cooper, Crabtree. I think those boys can score. I like the Raiders at home. That's my upset pick of the week. I like the Raiders at home. Browns at Seahawks. I'm going to take the Seahawks. Johnny Manziel better be very careful. He might end up in the hospital this game. Bengals at the 49ers. The Bengals are going to win regardless. A.J. McCarron will take care of business. Dolphins at the Chargers. I think the Dolphins will win this game. The Chargers have just been so disappointing. Broncos at Steelers. I'm going to go ahead and take the Steelers. Peyton Manning's not playing, right? I don't think he's playing yet. I'm going to go ahead and take the Steelers. Cardinals at Eagles. I'm going to take the Cardinals. Lions at Saints. This is going to be interesting. I think the Saints are going to beat the hell out of the Lions. So those are my Week 15 picks. Definitely make sure you join me this week, Friday, for the recap of this bummy game of the Buccaneers and Rams. And if you've missed any recaps for the entire 2015 season, make sure you go back and download it from iTunes. Listen to it on YouTube. Go to the Podcast Source app in the Google Play Store to get the GmiasWorld podcast out of that app. And enjoy it. Drive around. Enjoy the holidays. I'll talk to you guys on Friday. Until next time, one love.